about this one. Shoot. Hey, what's up, guys? No, it's not. We've been through this before. It's no big deal. We've been through this before. What's up, Mark? Great Gooch, dude. What the f is going on, bro? Hello, all. Good afternoon. What's up, guys? I'm gonna get us into a space. We're gonna listen to a space so that you guys can hear what I am hearing.
He reacted to a few of the people asking, "Are you leaving?" And it was just like praying hands. So.
Wait, so Troy has his hand up. He might have something for us.
Oh, sorry.
So, Holly Girl, the messages you got, I was listening to 365, and Randolph is the one who, based on the conversations he's having with Ryan, the Fudhound, announced that Ryan is moving on the 31st, right there. So the confirmation is through Randolph.
Yeah, I just didn't want to start anything, so I just,
Well, that
I'll let you
so
do
you
that, Troy.
So, Holly, you didn't start it. You heard the same thing I heard. So, the family, the conversation was, the tweet, and then Randolph came into the room, and based on tweets that's or DMs that Randolph is having with Ryan the Fudhound, that these were, that it is a confirmation that Ryan has made his contribution to Safemoon, and on the 31st, will be the day, as he said, he'd move on. So that part is absolutely correct, Holly.
Thanks, Troy.
And also, I have.
You guys understand.
And also, I have Safemoon for beginners. I've got it scheduled. I'm going to retweet it to the pin it to the top, and that will be today at 7 Eastern. And so that will be a great space for us to continue to have a conversation about how to build your bag, how to buy Safemoon, how to transfer, all the beginner questions. This is a great space, obviously. I'd love for you to keep a party going for the family all day long, and do what you do, family. Lee, thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Troy. Thank you for what you do too. Who else? Oh, Sam.
I think everybody's kind of like in shock right now. So.
Yeah, just give Sam a chance to talk. Sam.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, but I'm going to reach out to some people and see if I can get any confirmations. And if I do, I'll hop back in and give confirmations from actual people, rather than people just speculating. But I will say, based on what has being said, it is kind of a Debbie Downer, because everyone really did like Ryan, and he brought tremendous energy to the project, and I respect him a lot. But I don't want to say that he is neither here nor there. But like all projects, one person doesn't make the entire team. But I do feel like he was a very valuable person on the team. So if he is leaving, it saddens me. And we all have the right to be sad, because I truly did like him. In fact, I think my wife liked him more than me because of how well he spoke, and I don't speak as well as him. So at least I'll have his hand up now, because I'll say he's no longer there. Now, I speak better than him because he's not speaking anymore, but I'm not going to say anything.
Bright side, Tim. Bright side.
Yeah, that's the bright side. So let me go and start asking some questions to some people and see if I get any clarity, and I'll hop back in. So
thank you, Tim.
Take care, guys. Yep.
Got Legion coming up. Hi, Legion. We got Sam coming back too. Legion, you good to go?
Hey, give me 1 sec. I'm in a car wash. Kinda.
Oh, good.
Give me 1 sec.
We'll go to Sam. Sam.
Hey, all right, finally, I'm able to speak now. Holly girl, do you know if those DMs specifically said he's leaving Safemoon or he's leaving DeFi, like the tweet said?
You know, I don't know because I don't think anybody's actually seen the DMs. They just heard it. And I wasn't in that 365 space. I know there's a lot of people that were, though. And it, they're all saying that Randolph had confirmed from his DMs that he was leaving Safemoon. But again, I didn't see the DMs for myself, and I didn't hear the exact context of what was coming out of that space. So if anybody was in that space, please come up and share.
Holly, unfortunately, I heard everything, and again, the source is Randolph far as confirmation, and Randolph's references were the DMs that he had received with Ryan the Foothound there.
Right, but it did say that he was leaving Safemoon, like you know what I'm saying, because it could be just like who was that? Sam said.
Yes.
Is he leaving DeFi and staying with Safemoon, you know, as the global, or is he leaving Safemoon altogether? I don't know that.
I think he's leaving altogether. You know, I was talking with him yesterday too as well, and you know, I guess the way he phrased a comment kind of raised my eyebrows, and I was like, hold on a second. You know, is this happening? You know, like it's you know, I don't want to get too much into, because I don't really get into what I discuss in DMs with people, or when or how or whatever. But it kind of raised my eyebrow, you know, and he just pretty much thanked me, and you know, so it's just the way he phrased the answer that I was just kind of. I tell you what, yeah, it's the way he phrased the answer kind of raised the eyebrow, and I was kind of concerned about it. So I asked him about it. I haven't got a response, which is fine. You know, I wanted him, you know, if he is leaving, you know, he should definitely have his moment to announce it to the world, you know, announce it to all of us.
Hey, Lou, real quick, Jeremiah, I'm so sorry, but there is actually a recording of it. Can I post that to the top? His DM says, "My heart bleeds for the Safemoon army, but my hands are tied."
Yeah, go for it. I got to bring some people down so I can bring up others too.
Hey, Lee, just before I go, I just wanted to, you know, what do you guys think he meant by bigger leadership? And I'll just go ahead and step down.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do I think it is? I mean, some of the feedback that I hear from the community is that they sometimes see that the youth in the leadership team, you know, is some detriment, which I don't necessarily agree with. There's brilliant people at all ages, so that doesn't even mean anything. But when I think of bigger leadership, I'm thinking more enterprise level corporate America stuff. So I don't know if that's what he meant by it, but that's kind of what stuck in my head, is corporate leadership. I'm gonna bring up Don and Crypto Control next.
Hey, Lee, do you need me to step down so you can bring more people up?
Yeah, can I get rid of you and Craig?
Yeah.
No, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm stepping down and come.
Hey, thanks for coming up, guys. I love you. I want to bring up Gotti too. Okay. Let's go with Don Bailey.
What's poppin', Lee?
Oh, we're just hanging out playing music like usual.
Like usual at normal Leets party. But so a couple things. One, I always say this: projects, not people. But two, I think this might be an opportunity for us to be excited for the Foothound. Maybe he's moving on to the CEO of his own project, and I definitely invest in that because I love the guy. Phone call came in. Can you hear me?
That's a great point of view.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You came
Oh,
back to us.
nice. And then the last thing I would say is this might be an opportunity for us as an army to either, start a hashtag congratulations Floodhound or something, just to kind of show that, we're like we still support you even though like you're moving on to something. And also in that same vein, like how epic is it? Like I think Jeremiah mentioned this earlier that he is finishing the mission. He didn't just say, "Hey, I'm leaving now." He was like, I'm leaving at the end of March, at the end of the birthday month. Like, so, again, I'm going to alter my projection. I think we might get Connect before the end of the month. So that's it.
I like that. Crypto Control.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good to
So
have
it
you.
seems like the only confirmation we have is that Gandalf had a DMs with Ryan, and he announced it through that, and there's nothing official outside of that, right?
I wouldn't say he announced it through that. I mean,
Well,
generally,
he
people
announced
think
it.
their DMs are private.
No, I meant Gandalf announced it. Is what I meant. Through this space that he had DMs with Ryan.
Randolph. Let's correct it.
Randolph. Sorry,
Yeah.
Randolph. My bad. So it's not like the team hasn't said anything official. I just put out a video today. I didn't think it would happen that fast if he did leave. I still thought he was going to be sticking around. The wording is kind of interesting because he says my last day in Utah, and that makes you think, oh, he's still going to be on Safemoon, but he's just leaving. But then he says DeFi needs and will get a bigger leadership, and it's like that makes it sound like, he's going to be working in DeFi in a different way. And I've always been a community person. Like it's whether or not the team puts out real products. That's all that needs. We need to meet needs out there that people have. That's what's going to make the Safemoon ecosystem help Safemoon grow. It doesn't really matter who's doing it as long as that gets done. But at the same time, I felt like that was Ryan's like heart, was like he wanted to meet those needs, and he had a goal. And who knows what was going on behind the scenes between him and the team and John. But yeah, I mean, I would have preferred to have him, so that it does kind of suck. And I guess that's all I wanted to say.
Hey, Lee.
Yeah, man.
Not trying to be funny, not trying to put him on the spot either. I know Charles is actually in the room too. Charles' brother. I don't know if he could come up and say something. That would be cool.
Nice to extend the invite. Yeah, anybody's welcome, especially from the team, former team.
And also, guys, I just want to point something out. That video Holly put up there about the 365 room. When that news came out, Randolph mentioned that news. You noticed all the laughter and cheering that took place in that room. So I just want to let you point that out. If you look at the video again, to let you know these people are definitely not safe. They wouldn't be doing that if that was the case. So
that's pretty gross. If that's really what's going on there.
it's at the
Hey,
top.
lead. I'm done. Whenever it's my turn again.
Say that again, Legion. Were you gonna step down
I
or
just said,
say something?
no, I'm ready to say something when it's my turn. I don't want to interrupt anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay. Mainly, I see there's like 500 people in here, so I'm sure there's a bunch of new people in here or people who haven't been in Safemoon for a year. So I really wanted to speak to them. This happens. This is okay. I remember when Hank, Jack, and there was rumors of Thomas leaving, and the price plummeted to, it added a couple of zeros, and everyone was freaking out. I remember the days of being on Crypto Control's live YouTube videos when we were talking about the Hank tapes and all the nonsense he was saying, and everybody was freaking out, and poor Crypto Control was pointing it out, and everyone was calling him a fudder, and everybody was getting mad at him, but he was right. Anyway, the point of all this is Hank left, Jack left, everyone thought that everything was going to end when Thomas left. It's okay. This is innovation. This is new technology. These things are going to happen. Do we love Ryan, and does it suck if he does leave? Yeah, he's a good dude. He did a good job. But that doesn't mean that someone else can't come in and do a good job also. And he saved the project from where it was at, and we're in a much better space now for someone to leave than we were when he came in. So roadmap is still there. John Crony is still there. The plans are still there. The dream of what it can be is still there. And most importantly, we're still here. And there's a million some odd of us. And Ryan's just one dude. So does it suck? Yeah. Is the price gonna drop? Yeah. Is it gonna be okay though? Absolutely. So don't freak out. Take a breath. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's going to be okay. This has happened before. It's going to happen again. One day we'll be on here talking about, oh my God, John Crony left Safemoon. It's cool. It's going to keep going. Everything's going to be fine. So that's all I wanted to say. I'll step down and move space. Everyone have a great day. It's going to be okay.
Thank you, Legion. Great words. R.O. Gotti.
Hey, what up, Lee? What up, Safemoon Army? So I just want to give my take on this. I think when Ryan says DeFi needs and will get a bigger leadership, I think um, there that reconstruction is still in process, right? I personally think John Caroni isn't the last guy at the top. I think he has people to also answer to, and if they feel that things need to get done quicker or hasn't been done yet and should have been, I think those spots are to be filled with someone that can um, fill those product launches and whatever it is. So I don't think it's the SafeMoon vision is still there. Again, just like Legion said, we're still here. We we all of us right here make up this community. We make up the project. I think this is the biggest part of why the project is still alive. So that's just my take on it. It's not the end of the day. It sucks because we're so attached to Ryan and his professionalism and everything he's brought to the table. We just wish him farewell, and we got to welcome the next person to fill those shoes. And since Legion said it already, you never know. John Caroni might step down one day, and there will be someone bigger to fill those shoes. Again, I personally think that John is not the only person at the top. There are people that he has to report to, the people that he has to tell why, when, and what, right? Investors, people with the money that's holding up the company. I mean, there's a lot of things that we're doing, and none of this is free. So the money has to be coming from somewhere. John has to answer to somebody, and I think this is what's happening. We're still here. My mind it has not changed about SafeMoon. And again, 3 to 5 years is when I'll give my judgment. We're a year down. Hopefully it gets better, and I know it will get better. But that's it. That's all I got to say, bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got it. I especially appreciated how Ryan's delivery of the facts and information about what is going on and what their plan was really well articulated, really, really nicely presented in the YouTube video. And I'm certainly going to miss that. And I hope whoever comes next carries that on, because that kind of transparency and clarity definitely, I think, is helpful to the quelling the fear or uncertainty. We got Darren coming up. Give him a spot. Hey, Darren.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Keep the scruff or the beard. Don't go clean shaven. That's way too much work.
I'm gonna keep the scruff, but let's talk about SafeMoon. Who cares about my beard or my face? Let's be honest here. I wanted to. I'm sitting here like with my heart pounding because I'm getting all this information. But I spoke very briefly with Randolph, just literally 5 minutes ago, and there's not a whole lot I could confirm or not confirm. But at the same time, the Fudhound said very specifically not to worry, as the foundation is great. So just in case anybody's wondering, like, yes, the price is dropping. Is it the end of SafeMoon? No, it's not the end of SafeMoon, according to what Ryan has told Randolph. So I just wanted to clarify that for anyone in here that, is wondering what is going on with the future of SafeMoon.
Yeah, I know it's a rough day, but like our
Hey guys,
we're here.
Sorry to interrupt.
What's up?
I think that Ryan posted his farewell message on his Twitter page. If you go to it.
Oh, okay. We got an update.
confirming it
Did you pin that?
himself. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but I can tell you about it. It's just his main
Oh,
Twitter
come
page.
on.
Is his most recent
I just
Twitter.
put it at the
So-
top.
Yeah,
You go to the post, you click on the little dash with the arrow pointing up, and then you just put the name. You just click the name of the space.
I pinned it to the top, Leet, if you can see it.
Yeah, I think there's a little delay, but it should be coming. There it is. It says thank you.
Hey, Lee, do you want to just read that out to the group so everyone
Not
can
really.
hear?
That's a lot of words.
Okay,
How
never
about-
mind.
I'll read
somebody
it
else
if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it, Don.
Okay, let's see. Let me get it back open. The text is real small. It says, I can't explain how incredible it has been working for and with the Safemoon Army. I am both elated and grateful that I have been able to build incredible things for Safemoon. Many things you have not seen yet, but I am sure you will. I will say that Safemoon has taken up every waking hour of my life for the past 9 months, and it has been an extraordinary adventure. I have learned so much, and I am honored to have served you. I started out as a holder just like you, and I am indebted to the community. Today, I decided to step down from Safemoon and will be wrapping up closing duties to pursue other exciting opportunities that will allow me to be a true leader in DeFi and fully steer a ship with full control that I believe will change the space. We all, we all have to grow in our careers and show the world what we are made of. Life is short and time ticks fast. I have bled Safemoon from day one, even from my Fudhound video days. I ran into the fire to lend a hand and help push product every way I knew how. As I go on my own and search for legal representation for myself concerning the class action, I am still thankful I was given such a once in a lifetime opportunity. I have left the exchange, Safemoon Connect, and Safemoon ecosystem in the hands of Safemoon and will be rooting on this crypto from the sidelines. Thank you to John for allowing me to make a difference, as well as others I've had the privilege of working with at Safemoon. This community is stitched into my heart and will always be. Ryan Arriaga. That's it.
That's as confirmed as it gets.
Yep.
So we have confirmation. Any difference in thought?
Nope. The
I think
vision's
that
still
it's.
there.
I mean, you know me, and you guys can FUD me and hate me all you want, but it's a little concerning. Maybe not a big deal when he says search. The fact that he chose to include as I go on my own and search for legal representation for myself concerning the class action. That's I don't know. It's interesting that he chose to include that in there, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting as I was reading it, but you know, you got to think about it from a humanitarian perspective, right? One thing that you get when you're with an organization is like you're represented by the organization. When you're by yourself, right, and him leaving, that's probably one thing that he's concerned about. And not only that, he is probably signaling to, maybe a future project that, he's represented. So, it's a way for him, like, signaling to his next project that, he's clean and represented, but also a way of, saying that, Safemoon probably has it taken care of as well.
Okay. We have some more people that want to come up. Let me get a few more going here. Aro, am I good to drop you down, Troy?
Yeah, I'm going down. Thanks, Lee.
Right,
Yeah,
cool.
Lead, I'm dropping down. And again,
Thank you.
we have Safemoon for beginners here. And
Oh, you know what? Yeah, is that starting in 7 minutes?
No. That starts in an hour. So,
Okay.
and then we look forward to some Leet party time as well. I hope that keeps going as you do what you do, buddy.
I'm sorry, my friend. Tonight's daddy night, so I got the fam, and then we got dinner at Grandma and Grandpa's. So
Got it.
I'm going to be
it.
closing down the space in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I just wanted to give a few more people a chance to come up, play some
Well-
some relaxing tunes, and then we'll wait for more information from John and the team.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Troy.
Step down.
So, I don't know. I mean, like I said, everybody's kind of processing this thing in. And, for me, I'll be honest with you, it's definitely a little heartbreaking. It's definitely a little heartbreaking. He's great. Like I said, he's a great guy. Um, I don't know. I mean, obviously it had to be something serious. I don't know if it's something he's seen. Not trying to start anything, but it's just yeah, it's definitely disappointing. And if they're gonna hire somebody else to do what he do, that's great too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed this happened on the birthday month.
Yeah, I get you. It's definitely a bummer. There's no doubt about it, and especially in the middle of this this upgrade, it's just I wouldn't say that there's good timing, but this isn't the best timing, is it? So
If I could say, I think it's interesting that when we lost, Thomas, it was like everybody was freaking out. Everybody was sad. Everybody loved Thomas. And it was Ryan kind of became a superstar out of that. He seemed to shine in a way better than Thomas. And a lot of our the project shifted from everybody we just lost to Ryan. So for me personally, it does feel pretty sad for some reason to lose him, even though I know the future of the project depends on what we're making and not just making it technically.
You're in the blockchain, man. You're in the blockchain. All right.
yeah, we really didn't catch much of what you said. D's nuts.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good day. Sorry about the noise, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of disheartening the way he just decided to leave, especially on the birthday month of Safemoon itself. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to fault Safemoon because I did buy more Safemoon right now as well because I do believe in the project long term. So unless they come out and say, hey, guess what, we're not launching it, and we're not coming out with the products that they had actually promised or had given the timelines for, that's a different story. I mean, it is a huge setback, but I'm just kind of pissed off the way how these guys actually chose, honestly, to come out and just do this on Twitter. I mean, if he was going to resign on the 31st, he could at least waited till they had a replacement, or just to stabilize the situation a bit. I mean, like you said, there's never a good time, to do this. But again, if you're a strong believer, man, and if you guys actually do believe in a project, yeah, in the long run, everybody's going to be happy. But yeah, this is not a good sign, though. That's just my 2 cents.
Thanks, D's. Badger.
Hey, Lee, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, brother. I just want to encourage everybody to take a deep breath. Okay, I didn't want to come into the space. I try to keep emotions out of it. But the fact of the matter is, and I've said it time and time again, and as time goes on, and you're in these spaces, you get to put personalities and human beings behind these pictures that we see. And I scroll down here, and people, I can hear it in your voices, and people are nervous. And I guess I just want to offer words of encouragement, guys and gals, all the above, right? We have to realize in life, and I think sometimes when, I kind of tripped and fell into these spaces, and it wasn't my intention. Crypto is not I'll be very honest with you, because now is kind of a time for honesty. Crypto in itself is not my passion. Okay. That's not what I truly love. What hooked me into these spaces were the people. Okay. It was you people, frankly. It was listening, and frankly, it was humorous, and it became an out for me. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. I've told most people, and it's out there in my profile. I'm a fireman. And the last 2 years for me have been very stressful politically with the COVID, all this craziness. And the reason I came to this space was to check out of that aspect of my life. And it just so happened crypto also became an investment, but it was the people in this room that is the Safemoon Army, and that's what we've called it in the family. And I think that we just need to reflect a little bit on that. And I've said time and time again, and I don't mean to be preachy, and please take this as words of encouragement, because I think many people have almost made Safemoon and this internet thing and this Twitter thing almost to be like their reality and their life. And when things like this happen, and is it a bummer for the investment? Yes, but should it devastate your life? No. Now, I'm also not going to be insincere and say I realize there's many people in this room that are highly invested with lots of money. So that matters, right? I'm not going to pretend and be stupid and say, well, it doesn't matter, get over it, because there's varying degrees of levels of investment and money. But what I want everybody to do, please, 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 for your own sanity, and I don't particularly, if I'm perfectly honest, right, I don't particularly care for the messaging either. The first thing I thought to myself was, that's not exactly a great read of the room. And Ryan, to me, seemed like an absolute gentleman and a leader, and we don't know what happened. If you want me to be honest, my guess is it was probably a pretty ugly falling out, being that it happened so abruptly in the way it went out. But you know what? That's okay. We've had infighting in this group, but I've said it before, we've had brothers in this group that have given each other some black eyes lately, and we move on with life. Okay, so I want to encourage, because frankly, it breaks my heart and it makes me sad to hear some of the tones of the voices. It almost feels like the world is coming to an end. And please don't. Safemoon and crypto and investments and everything else needs to be a part of your life. It can't be your life. And what's going to make this a strong investment and strong community in the future is when we all get together and we don't have these panic attacks based on speculation where none of us, frankly, know what the hell we're talking about. And that gets to be a challenge for us. So I'm not trying to be preachy. I don't want to be negative. Please take this as a positive for everybody in here, that be strong in your lives. Make this an aspect of your life. Don't make this your entire life. And many CEOs, I'm invested in more of a traditional investment portfolio. And when CEOs and vice presidents come and leave, we don't think twice about it, right? So that's just kind of the way it goes. It just so happens in this arena, in this venue, with the way it's set up and the way Twitter acts for us, we almost feel like we're part of the investment team. So when something, or the development team, so when something changes, we almost take it personally. Is the feeling, right? So just know that we all have names behind these screens. I think people that are in the Safemoon Army, clearly we're passionate. Look at how quick this room dropped, and we almost got shy of 800 people, right? That just doesn't accidentally happen. That's because there's people that care and there's people that are invested. So my hope would be is that Safemoon continues to be successful. I think it's a very successful platform. God knows it has a hell of an army behind it of people that want to be part of the solution and be there. So everybody, please take a breath. I wish us all the best, and I have confidence that everybody is going to be okay, and we're going to continue to see each other in these spaces. So with that being said, I'm glad you held the room, but everyone just take a breath. Take a breath till we find out what happened, and from there we adjust and we reconfigure like we do in our lives. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Badger. And I really just wanted to create a space that's, a safe, positive space too. I would say that sometimes there's some spaces that aren't like that. So I wanted to get ahead of it, was my intention.
Yeah, no, and I don't, and please don't make it to be negative, because I think it needed to happen because everyone was just kind of yearning for that understanding and that frustration. Space, I'm glad it happened, because to me the best thing to do is communicate, right? Communication is key, and I think that's why people were initially frustrated, right? You could see Twitter absolutely blow up. I wasn't even on it. My phone started dinging, and all of a sudden you could just see it start scrolling down because there was panic and fear. And again, that's what we've talked about in the spaces before, is being that mature investor and just rolling with the punches to a certain extent, and controlling what we can control and worrying about what we can worry about. So again, I don't want to sound negative. I can tell you this, for me, again, it's, we always say not financial. I'm not going anywhere. I got my investment. I made this commitment to ride it out and see what happens. I think there's still a lot of things. I've talked to a lot of people that I respect on these, and I've listened to a lot of people that are very brilliant minds who have shooken, Caroni's hand, and and still feel like they're very confident in the project. So, not a time to panic. Continue to be positive, grind it out, and see what happens. I have a motto that I tell people a lot of times in text message, that we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good one. So let's have a good one. Let's be there for each other. And let's just continue to plug along these spaces, and look forward to continuing to hear and see you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. And I didn't take it as critiques, but I appreciate that. Josh.
Hey, man. Just holy crap. What is that? think we got. There we
I took care of it.
go. Thanks for letting me come up. Yeah, I just got off for work. Obviously, I'm just as um, kind of shocked by the news, obviously, and I've recently, probably not as much as some, but I've talked with Ryan here and there, just about some random things going on with their project and with some things I was working on. But this kind of came out of the blue, for a lot of people, regardless of how close or not close you were with him, for sure. I tried to message him after, some of the last. I mean, honestly, I started kind of getting this feeling. Um, I think I mentioned this to you earlier, but the one of the tweets that he made about leadership, right? And I, I kind of got, I got that feeling right away, like, hey, what's going on? That's not usually something that he would say like that. Then he followed it up with another one that was about leadership, and and then after this one where he said he was, uh, he was going to have to be working for other projects if he uh, couldn't be represented the way that he wanted to. I mean, all of these things, I saw, kind of leading up to this, and while I didn't want to mention it, it would obviously be FUD unless you've gotten some kind of confirmation. Definitely at this point, I'd like to try more information as it comes out. Hopefully, I mean, it's not that we're entitled to it, but I'd like to know specifically what he's talking about in regards to that. Was this a matter of a difference of opinion? Is it more ethical, like he kind of alluded to? I was also kind of intrigued when Don was reading the message and brought up the fact that he was seeking his own legal representation for this class action lawsuit, and I would like to kind of clarify what I think is going on with that. If a company is getting sued, that's one thing, but if individuals are named in a lawsuit, they have to be represented, right? If the company had its own legal representation, then Ryan would be included in that. I don't know if his ongoing employment is a requirement for his representation in this suit, but it sounds as if either by his own choosing or not, we don't know, but he's having to or choosing to seek his own representation in this lawsuit against the company, where he's been named, obviously. So that's interesting. I'm not trying to spread any FUD there. It's really just I think it's a topic that, along with what's going on here, also can be kind of looked at. And I think that clarification in regards to some of that, and we may or may not get it since it's an ongoing legal case, but that may or may not kind of give some clarification as to whether or not you want to stay invested. And again, I'm going to stay invested. It's not financial advice. Some people, I think that's what they're yearning for, is whether or not they want to continue holding on to their investment. And I think it's important to remember why you made that investment in the first place, and if that's changed for you. And if that is not the case, then don't let emotions get the best of you. I think someone said it earlier. It's important to remember that this project can continue with or without individuals. It is scary because it's a startup. So vision means a whole lot more in the beginning when you don't actually have all of these products solidified yet. But again, a person who's put in charge of managing and delivering the products is not the product or the vision. So just remember that. And I think it's important to just kind of wait for this router upgrade to finish, and kind of see what happens with that, and make your decision based on where John decides to take the company from here, and not just off of one individual leaving and not knowing what the outcome is going to be. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for letting me come up. Normally I like to talk about video games and stuff like that, but this is a different time. I kind of want to offer a realist point of view, but one where I personally, I'm going to continue to hold. So there's that.
Yeah, even after that in-depth analysis, you feel like you're going to hold. Respect. John.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me up.
You got it.
I am a holder since probably April 2nd, April 3rd of last year. So been in it a long time and been holding and will continue to hold. I think that, the idea here is that this is a community that is so strong. It's, it's really stronger than any other community that's out there, a hands down, bar none. Having said that, I think there are a few things here that aren't FUD that we can look at in Ryan's, last statement. I agree with, I think it was Josh that said it, where he talked about, some text messages or rather some Twitter messages that came out over the last week from Ryan. And I agree with his assessment that those were starting to seem like there was internal frustration. Not really it's almost like what is it called when you're being very passive aggressive? Not in a good or a bad way, but it didn't really name anybody. However, looking into his statement, I think there's a few key components that we can, without FUD, say are very interesting. I think the main one here is the legal. So when you, to Josh's point, when you are individually named, so when a company gets sued, there's the concept of corporate veil. Corporate veil is a very difficult thing to pierce. When is it something that can be pierced? It's something that can be pierced when you have fraud. Okay. And not I mean, look, in America anybody can sue anybody for anything. I'm really just giving the precedence for how somebody would be personally implicated in any type of lawsuit when you have a company that's involved. So not saying that there is fraud, but just breaking down kind of the legal standing and precedent for something like this. So when you have a company that's implicated in a lawsuit, the company typically takes on that liability, regardless of who was there. Now, can the company itself go after, like, if person X or person Y, or I'm not going to name any names because I don't want anybody to think I'm accusing anybody of anything. But if person X or person Y did something fraudulently that the company didn't know about, the company could certainly go after them. But if the class action is able to pierce the corporate veil and specifically name out people, then the most likely scenario is that they're claiming fraud, because that's really the it's not the only way, but it's the easiest way to go after people personally, pierce the corporate veil. And so I think that's a very interesting component to his letter. The other thing that's very interesting to me is the initial comment he made about he loved working with the Safemoon Army. He's very clear that he loves the people. And I think of all the people that have been in Safemoon, he's got the most experience as a builder of technology products and companies of anybody that's been involved that I'm aware of. There certainly could be people behind the scenes that aren't publicly facing. And so, I think when he came in, I would agree that him replacing, Hank, Wyatt, Thomas, really all three of them, he was able to do so because he had the experience to do so. And I think he's shown that he had the experience to do so. And so going forward, like I said, I'm not selling any of my crypto, this kind of, or Safemoon specifically, this kind of stuff, while it doesn't happen frequently in companies, it does happen. It's happened a little more here than it technically happens if you look at just statistically in companies. Next moves I'm looking for out of this group, I wouldn't expect John to make a very fast hire. Like, I'm not looking for John to do a knee jerk hire in the next week just so he can put a name on the table. That would show maturity. I think that if he takes the next 30 days and really evaluates the best next strategy for Safemoon and the Safemoon Army going forward, that would show a significant amount of maturity and thoughtfulness around how this needs to play out. But that hire is going to be very critical to the forward direction and momentum of the project as a whole. And it comes back to that statement I was making about While Thomas has blockchain experience, I've had discussions with Thomas, and I've asked him questions as somebody who's also a technologist in the blockchain and distributed ledger space. And, I certainly could tell that there was room for, improvement. And I think that we've experienced that with the entire team. And Ryan was one of the ones who, while he may not have had that significant blockchain experience, he did have the builder experience, and he could, kind of morph and shift his way, which is what a good leader does. And John's been able to do that to some extent. And so these next probably 45 to 60 days for me are going to be critical in understanding the direction, and more so, you can have great intent, but I think everybody here has said that people are the pinnacle of success. If you don't have people, and more importantly, the right people, like if you don't have people like Leet putting together these types of all hands meetings and getting 700-800 people up here on deck, if you don't have the right people in the right places, your task becomes significantly harder. And so that next hire or two publicly that come out, or doesn't, but product starts coming out, that's the other acceptable 60-day window that we start to see great products come out the door. That's really what I'm looking for as next steps. I think everybody here has been clear in saying that we shouldn't knee jerk. I agree with that. This is never a good thing. It's never a good thing to knee jerk, especially financially. It's kind of better to just watch these things play out. Not financial advice, of course, but I think the real big thing here is the next 30 to 60 days, getting a real good picture of what the future is going to look like based on that.
Wow, thank you, John. Great words from an actual CEO. I appreciate you coming up here to speak, and giving us that corporate perspective.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We're going to have a couple more speakers, and then I'm going to close out the space with some tunes. We just had Crypto Control come back up, and then why don't I go to the Great Gooch father first?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
First of all, I think a couple people who hopped up ago, Badger said it perfectly. And then the last Safemoon Josh and the last gentleman that just popped up kind of touched what I wanted to cover. But I don't know if this has ever been brought up or if it's even public. But we know that obviously Ryan was hired by Safemoon, but was he like a 1099 contractor? And because if that's, he could say he's hired and Safemoon's paying him, but when he mentioned the whole legal thing, if he was a contractor, that kind of would answer some questions of why specifically he needs to battle the whole lawsuit, on his own, and that not trying to fight anything could have created some tension there. But in the grand scheme of things, also owning my own company, we have incredible people who come in, who our staff loves, and maybe they're just not the right fit, and it's tough, and we move through individuals, but we continue to grow and move forward. This is John's vision, and you have to believe in him and that he's making the correct decisions. But that's all I wanted to say. I was just curious if we ever knew if maybe he was a contractor and just was hired by Safemoon, because that would answer some questions if they did have a lawsuit filed against them, that he would have to specifically gain counsel by himself. So thank you for having me up. I appreciate it.
That's a great question, Gooch. And I think I remember, if I recall correctly, Thomas was contracted from another company to work for Safemoon, or something like that to the fact.
Yeah. So I mean, if that he wouldn't have fallen under, any if it was an S corp, C corp, whatever their filing is. But if he got named and he got they filed against him, he would have had to obviously gain counsel, by himself in order to fight that, and it's a whole other issue. So that could have been just speculation. That could have been an issue with maybe something that kind of, this was so abrupt, and obviously, right before, everything that's going on, and it's just a little crazy, coming from a kind of a corporate perspective, that he would have done this right in the middle of everything that's going on. But we will move forward, and you got to believe in John, and you got to believe in his vision. And sometimes people who do make an influence in a company and that everyone loves are just not the perfect fit, but you continue to move forward, and you continue to grow. So thank you again.
I think he was a direct hire, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was going to say that I remember seeing several posts about him being a direct hire, but there is some point to what you're saying, Gooch, that if he was a contractor and they were accusing him of kind of perpetuating a pump and dump as a contractor, as a paid contractor, then he could be named separately. That's certainly a way for that to play out. But I do believe that he was a direct hire of the company.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it.
Hey, I want to thank everyone for coming to the space today, coming with an open mind and listening to everybody's thoughts that came up to speak. Thank you for coming up to speak. I'm still Safemoon Army. I'll still be hosting spaces. I'll still be playing tunes. I'm not selling my bag. I trust in us. I firmly believe that if we all decide that Safemoon should win, that we can do it together. And I'm going to leave you with that. We're going to play a track from the Safemoon Burn Project to support our army.
Like, let's say if you don't have any LP, you could sell $1,000 and it would make it look like you sold 100,000 because there's no LP in there. Trading has been halted, buys and sells. Yes, you can do it on Pancake Swap, but after that first 100 BNB sold off at a 70% price impact, you can only sell in small increments, small numbers. So the charts are all going to be wrong because there is no LP right now on Pancake Swap or Safemoon Swap because we're doing a router change, maintenance issues to be able to move forward with the product launches that we have coming. So anything you see out there is altered. It's not changed.
Okay. All right, great. Another thing is that anybody knows if we are on target right now, or we're going to have any setbacks once we complete the 48 hours?
It could go longer than 48 hours. That was just an estimated time. So we don't know. We'll have to wait on John on that to see the details.
Great, thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Attic. I was going to jump in on it, but you took it. Dreaming, who do we have next?
We have Maximum next.
Hey, Maximum.
Hi, guys. Like everybody else here, I'm a little bit disappointed, obviously, to hear about Fred moving. Got to wish him well in his choices. One of the things that does disappoint me, and I don't know whether the rest of you feel like this, why hasn't John come out and said anything about this? Why has he not sort of spoken to the community yet?
I can't speak for the CEO. Maybe he's working on something right now. Like Gandalf said, and I said earlier, We're just waiting to see if there's any other announcements. So as soon as any other, as soon as any other announcements come out, I mean, I hope John does. You know, Ryan made his statement. I hope John does, but if he doesn't, maybe he will in the future. But we don't know. We all we can do is wait. You know what I mean?
I'm just, I'm just thinking, if there's your COO is going to make a statement, you want to get in there and make your statement too. A little bit like Tim said, we can speculate all these different things, but John needs to clarify things.
Well, Ryan was head of global products. We still have our COO, our CEO, our CMO, our CBO, our C. We still have all
got his wrong title. Yes, you're right. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, guys. I wish Ryan the best. He's done, a pretty amazing job of what he has done. Don't know the reason why he's gone. Tim may be right in what he was speculating, but I just want to hear from John.
I hear you, brother. I hear.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming up. Gandalf, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm now heading off. Just going to take some sleep. It is about 30 minutes to midnight, and I just I don't know how much I should emphasize this, but I'm doing that again and again, and especially on this day, I think like one more is still way too less to just announce it and just say that in this way. But I'm going to repeat that. I am as bullish, motivated, and hyped for Safemoon as I was before. Nothing today changes. Nothing will change it in a way tomorrow, and or most likely, and everything is just super fine. So in this case, just don't freak out. See this with natural eyes, and just like with neutral eyes, that we're just seeing all the kind of things happening in Safemoon, around Safemoon, yada yada, and everything else is cool. So in that case, I wish you a great night. Have a great night, great day, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see each other again tomorrow talking about hopefully funny stuff.
I'm all about jokes, especially now.
Yeah,
Right.
get them crayons for some good.
There you go, brother.
Good tensions and all that.
But thank you for stopping by, Gandalf. As it is, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for everything you do for the Army. Thank you.
No worries. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, Dreaming, who do we got next?
Okay, we have Brandon next.
Hey, Brandon. How's it going, buddy?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me up, Zeus. I just wanted to say a few things about Ryan. Like everybody here, I love him. I appreciate everything he's done. And everything I'm about to say is no disrespect to him. It's all love. And it's just mostly from a rational perspective. When Ryan came on board, we already, yes, it got delayed because of restructure and stuff, but we already had blockchain planned, exchange, the Gambia, all that was already in the works because of John. When Ryan came in, he introduced Safemoon Connect, which we, are still waiting on to see. Ryan's main job was global head of products. I believe his, main purpose there was to manage and put people in place to make sure products are being developed and released in a proper, appropriate time frame. One of Safemoon's biggest strength is the community, and it sometimes moments like today, it shows its weakness, not from the community standpoint, but from Safemoon's standpoint of brand, to where we hear about things like this, so we freak out. People come and go through companies all the time. It's hits us harder as the community because we see it happening. It happens every day and we don't hear about it, in our favorite companies, and it doesn't change anything about that company. I think it's just one of those unfortunate things to where Safemoon's such in the public eye, to where every little thing that happens within the business we hear about. And Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that, John, the entire SafeMoon vision is John's vision. And if somebody's not a part of that vision, John's going to do whatever is best for SafeMoon. And he's done it time and time again. And, as long as John's here, I trust him. And this hasn't changed anything for me. And again, I don't mean that with any disrespect to Ryan. I've loved everything he's done for us.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
kind of
think
like
it was
what
any disrespect.
No, I don't think what you said at all was disrespectful, Brandon. And that's where I was touching my point earlier. It's just like, when somebody gives their 2 week notice at their job, same thing. And then we get somebody better. It's a cycle. It's part of business, right, Brandon? It's part of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, seeing like somebody in a high position I was really, attached to, and they were leaving, and I just felt like, oh man, the whole company's just going to fail, you know. And then next thing you know, a couple of days later, somebody else walks in, you shake their hand, they give their statement and everything, and you're like, wow, this guy's impressive, or this lady's impressive, So that's how we're going to be. And I know there's some new people in the room I've seen come in and stuff. So just remember, we still have a CEO, we still have a COO, we still have a CMO, we still have a CBO, we still have all the higher echelon of SafeMoon is still there, and so we're good. Ron played his part. He did a damn good job at it. He saved our ass back in August and September. He's taken it this far. He played a role and he's moving on. He is a CEO. He is a CEO. We know that. He played a lesser role to help advance SafeMoon at a faster pace and in a time of chaos. And so, kudos to him.
And I'm gonna head out here. I just want to finish one last thing, if you don't mind, Zeus. It's I wouldn't expect, or I would say, let's not be discouraged if John doesn't make a statement, because he has said numerous times in the past he's not going to comment on former employees or anything. It's and to be fair, he doesn't have to, because, like I said before, this is a normal thing in business. People come and go, and SafeMoon is John's vision, and we still have the main, puppeteer behind the company. So, and Gandalf, he works. He's not like works at the SafeMoon, but he works with the team, and he was in here calm as could be, saying he's still bullish. So, I have no worries. Thanks for having me up, Zeus.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brandon. You're always welcome. Thank you. All right, Dreamin'. Who do we have next?
We have Don.
Oh, Don Bailey.
I was waiting for that. I literally left my mic on just for that to happen.
That is your entrance, sir, every time that I introduce you.
Dude, I love it. So, but seriously though, like just speculating, just hear me out. If there were anyone in the Safe Moon organization who knew enough to step into Ryan's role, who do you think it would be?
Don Bailey.
In the organization.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the COO assumes his role.
I'm predicting Hayden.
You think so?
Well, the COO, if you think global products, right? So think logistics. It's just a different terminology. So the COO is an expert in logistics worldwide.
Well, I think to be global head of products, one of the primary skills you need is product knowledge. And it's also to be head of sales, one of the primary skills you need is product knowledge. So who knows everything about the product?
Tell us, Don. Who do you think? I know you
I
have.
mean, I just said it, but then again, they might have an outside hire come in. I don't know. Everything's wrapped up nicely.
And
Everything's
Don,
in
sorry
the
to
hands of the
interrupt,
team.
but what you just said, it did trigger this. Hayden and Jonas have shared roles, right?
Exactly.
So that could be a position. You could be right, man.
I don't. Again, that's just me speculating. The train keeps moving. I am so bullish on Safe Moon. I can't be more bullish than I am right now. But also, you know, opportunity to get more Safemoon for less expensive. I'm not saying that you should do it. Also, I'm not like claiming that it's a buying signal, not financial advice. But
And do
Safemoon is
your own
on sale
research.
right now.
And do your own research.
Oh yeah, and do your own research.
Yes.
So I guess you can buy it on Bitmart or something, huh? Because you can't buy. You can only buy very small increments on PancakeSwap. You can't buy anything on
How
Safe.
many increments did you buy at it? We talked about it earlier.
It was like
18, 24.
$18,
I knew it.
$24,
I
and
knew it, bro. I knew it. Addict always getting the loopholes. All right, dreaming. Don, did you
But
have
hey, hang
anything
on.
else?
Don's
Go
got to
ahead.
say this, Zeus. I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
Don,
Projects not people, baby.
Yeah, say it one more time.
Projects not people.
I think they heard you in the back because there's over 500 people in this space now. But appreciate you, Don. Thank you for everything you do, all the knowledge you bring to the Army. I greatly appreciated that from you from the get-go. And I think I was the first one to say that, if I'm not mistaken.
100%.
I was the one that brought you to light, I think. I think so.
Let's keep our ear on the ground on what Fudhound's doing next, because you bet I'm in that shit. Boy.
Oh, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in head first.
Head
I'll
first.
be swimming in that thing.
Suicide dive.
Minus the language addict. But I hear you. I hear you. All right, Dreamin'. Who do we got next?
All right, we've got Eddie Money next.
Hey, what's happening, Eddie?
Eddie dropped.
Okay. Just
right.
let me make a quick announcement. So we are trying to bring people up, but Twitter is not allowing us. Certain people can come up, certain people can't. So I do apologize if you're waiting to come up to speak. We are trying. But go ahead, Dreaming. Who do we have?
Okay, we've got Troy next.
Well, hey, there are some great points being made. Attic, you're killing it on all these points, and many of your other speakers. Honey Badger is killing it. I wish Don hadn't slipped down. Don, you know I'm a big fan of yours, and if you could FedEx me your resume, I'll have it on Safemoon Corporate's front door tomorrow morning when they open up, brother, and get you that spot.
He's coming up to speak right now. You know I got to bring him up.
Our boy Troy.
Yeah,
Wait,
man.
FedEx.
Yeah,
Look.
so yeah, Don, get me that resume, brother, or just you know what, just
That's
email
what I
it
was gonna
to
say.
me,
We have
and I'll print
email.
it
It's
out.
2022.
I
Troy.
know, dude. You know my technology skills, man. That's why we're partners.
He's like, no,
But
FedEx.
hey, you got the resume. I'll get you the job, man. I'm gonna have that on the front door tomorrow morning at 8
I will
o'clock.
say this:
Okay?
I am nowhere near as smart as Ryan Arriaga, so I wouldn't even put myself in that position. That guy is a genius.
100%. You are right, Don.
Oh,
Well, he
thanks,
took a
Zeus.
lesser
Thank you so
role
much, Zeus.
Not saying that he's smarter than you, but hands down, that man is smart as heck.
Yeah, Ryan took a lesser role to move the company forward because he knew he could, and he, that's, to me, that's why he brought up that he had put 30,000 in near the ATH, and he brought up that he was had started the Fudhound channel because he was letting us know that, hey, I'm one of you guys. I did this for you guys. I did this to further my investment and yours.
Did you hear him mention the other day that like he's taken companies to market and sold them? He's ran companies before, so like his past is of him being the ultimate decision maker, and he's done really well being the ultimate decision maker. Unfortunately, like what we heard here is that like it's John's vision. He's the general, so he needs to accomplish John's vision. So where would there be areas of friction? Maybe on how to accomplish it. So sure, that may be an area of friction, but at the same time, like I feel like he can go run his own company, and I will invest in it. So when he says the DeFi space needs bigger leaders, like we have two big leaders now. We have John and we have the Floodhound leading projects in DeFi. So I'm excited.
Me too, brother. All right, so we do have a lot of hands and people that came up. I apologize, Don. Who do we have next, Streaming?
All right, we've got Crypto Control next.
What's up, Crypto Control?
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I've been in the blockchain lately. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to say, because I put out a video today talking about this because I looked at his Twitter post and I looked at his recording in the space yesterday, and I was just like, okay, that obviously indicates that I didn't think he was going to leave, but I thought that he's definitely thinking about it, and he's sending those warning signals saying if I'm not able to maintain my integrity and basically the role that he wanted in Safemoon, that he was going to leave. And I think that, I covered this with the team leaving in the past too, with Jack and Hank and Thomas. And what we saw was a lot of people, and I don't do this to shove it in your face and say, hey, I was right. But I think it is really important to look at the fact that those signs were right in front of your face, and the people who weren't willing to look at them and pretended like I was crazy or anybody else who was looking at it was crazy and stupid for even looking at basically the obvious signs. And I think that it's a good learning point to go forward when you're looking at any of your investments, that you have to look at it realistically. And that's basically the main point that I want to make. Is it's not like, haha, I was right, I made this video. It's just like, hey, you guys need to realize that you are not looking at your investment correctly, and you're judging people based off your misconceptions. And it's important for your investment and for everybody else's investment, since we are a community and we work together, to be realistic. And we need to be able to look at possible negative aspects of our investments so that we can deal with it properly. That's basically all I wanted to say.
No problem, man. Appreciate you coming up, Crypto. All right, who do we have next streaming?
We're going to try Eddie Money again.
Hey, thanks for having me up. You guys can hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So let me just first off say I am bullish on Safemoon, and I probably invested more than I should, not necessarily more than I could afford. So, I still do want to have a positive outlook on what's to come. With that said, I think Ryan did a bang-up job. You couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. But I will say that is not true over the last couple of days. I was one of those people that criticized crypto control. Not necessarily, I didn't write anything on the video, but I'm just thinking in my head and liked a few posts where I thought, man, Ryan's not the kind of guy who's going to air his laundry out like that. He's going to take it directly to John and handle this internally. So I am going to say I am disappointed the way he's leaving. I'm disappointed on posts that he's liked on the way out. And most importantly, I'm disappointed that he would do it today on a day when there's no liquidity because the bottom line is this has made people panic to a degree. Some people, not everyone, some people. And now they don't even have the option to pull their money out because there's no liquidity. I saw someone cash out, I think 100 BNB and got a fraction of that because of liquidity. So again, I'm not creating fun myself. I'm just voicing my opinion in that I am disappointed in the last couple of days, but do want to recognize of everything he's helped us accomplish. I am still bullish. I still think Safemoon's headed in a positive direction. There's just answers that we need to hear from John, because bottom line is this has been a carousel of rotating people in and out. Yes, do I expect there to be growth? Yes. Do I expect it to have the turnover at this rate? Probably not. So again, still bullish, still love Safemoon, and to the moon, right?
To the moon, brother. Appreciate you coming up, Eddie. Thank you.
I don't really see it as a turnover. I mean, yeah, the old team, and now there's a new team, and then one person's left. It's not a part of the executive team. So, I mean, that's just, how I look at it. I look at it as Ryan took a lesser role because he believed in Safemoon and he had invested money in it, and we had invested money in it. He played a role. He saved the company. He got the wallet out. He's done this before. He pushed it forward. He's gotten it to this point. Now, there's a lane that's changed. There's something that's changed, and look at it. Ryan is a CEO. He's not a head of global products. He's ran his own companies. He sold his own companies for millions and millions of dollars. So he accepted that lesser role. And so when you accept a lesser role, it's hard. It is real hard. Because you can't, like you said, you can't steer the ship. He is used to steering the ship. Once you steer the ship, it's hard to go back to not steering the ship. And so I believe he's gotten this far. It's his exit point. This was a great time to exit. Why the LP is the way this is? Because then you don't have I mean, I'm looking at it from an investor standpoint. You don't have a lot of emotional people selling their bags off. So it buys it buys a little bit of time to get over it, and that's why he chose today to do it.
Yeah, and I don't think I would say Safemoon has a high turnover. I mean, when they had the turnover, they had it. Two one point with Hank and also Papa and everything else like this, and now Ryan. However, you got to keep in mind this is normal in the tech field. People don't stay there forever. We love with these people.
Not just in tech though, in business.
We
This is
fall.
in business. This is how it works.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So I mean, of course we are all surprised. We are all surprised. However, um, this is what happens. People are phased out. CEOs, vice presidents are all phased out, and new people are brought back in to further the company's vision. And I say that purposely because once SafeMoon as a company became a company, they have this vision, and they hire the people to fulfill it regardless of who's there. So that's just my opinion.
It's more in your face. It's more like reality TV, because we live it and breathe it every day. It's literally like being in a Safemoon reality show. We see it. We get connected to these people, and just got to go back to products, not people.
Exactly. All right, Dreaming. Who do we got next?
Well, it was Jeremiah. Do you want to add any more to that, or should we move forward?
Yeah, just real quick, and just wanna offer, guys, stay encouraged, stay hype. I understand, is rightfully so if you feel upset, sad. I feel like that for the moment, however, let's just hope brighter days are before us. Hopefully, SafeMoon puts out a statement. John puts out a statement. Hopefully, they fulfill that role with somebody that can fill his shoes. And my God, what shoes does this man has to fill, and the next person have to fill in, and also, the way. Listen, let me just share something with people real quick. Somebody got a mic open. Let me just share something with you guys. And I'm not here to knock anybody, but you gotta understand this. When people do things a certain type of way, we can say we all come from different walks of life, experience different things. Okay, so we can always say, "Oh, I would have did this differently," or "This person should have done this differently," or whatever. I think he did it in a professional manner. We don't know how bad things got behind the scenes where he felt like today maybe been the best day. Say he's going to stay there to the 31st, and but nevertheless, he did it in a way that he wanted to communicate with the Safemoon Army. A lot of us are on Twitter, and a lot of YouTubers are on Twitter, and these things get echoed through YouTube. So most most people in this role probably would have said a lot less, but out of respect for us, out of love for Ryan, I think I don't have a problem how he said it or how he went about it, without getting too in the weeds with things. So
Appreciate you, Jeremiah.
no problem.
Who do we got next, Streaming?
I just received a tweet. It seems that SafeMoon appoints 3 new members to its leadership team as the company moves to next stage. And it's an article from businesswire.com.
Yeah, Travis from Enhance sent me that, but I didn't want to get out of this room, so I didn't want to open it up and it dropped the space. But it's from Business Wire.
It is from Business Wire, and it actually lists blockchain expert Lynn Spraggs, PhD, Robert Spraggs, and technologist Jack Hammond joined SafeMoon's leadership team to advance venture philanthropy mission.
That's awesome. So is it like a husband and wife and a different gentleman?
It looks like it. It looks like it. Thanks, Morpheus, for sending this up to us.
And thank you, Travis. I was just really nervous, Travis from Enhance. I was just super nervous to open it because I didn't want to drop the space. But thank you, Travis, and thank you, Dreaming, for letting us know. That's big news.
So we've got Skanky next.
The only thing is Travis, why didn't you send it to me? Yeah, I got you. I got you, man.
You got your feelings hurt, bro. But he could have. I understand what you meant, bro. All right, Skanky, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I just wanted to agree with first off what Attic was saying, and also sort of what Crypto Control and Eddie was saying as well. But yeah, obviously I'm going to continue to remain positive. But the thing is, the only thing that I was sort of questioning is obviously why there was the statement about the class action lawsuit, because my understanding is that obviously Ryan wasn't involved in Safemoon working there when that was actually happening. So I'm a bit confused as to why that was mentioned. I don't know what Attic or Jeremiah want to say on that.
Well, actually, I can talk about it.
Okay.
So I actually looked into it, and when the class action lawsuit was started, Ryan wasn't part of the company, number one. So I don't know why Ryan's name got put into the class action lawsuit. And then with Ryan's statement, like what you just said, Skanky, we are all like, what do you mean? Like, what is this? And we're in the same boat as you, brother. Like, we don't know. I do hope, and like what we've been saying, me, Attic, Jeremiah, Dreaming, everybody, we do hope to see a statement from John. Will he or will he not? Time will tell.
I think it's like I even got to pay for my lawyer now. You know what I mean? I think it's just one of those things, and I swear, man. I mean, for somebody to be so emotional, I mean, because this is emotional for him. You could hear in his voice yesterday. It has to be tied to connect. If you spent 2 years building something, and then somebody messes with it, how are you going to feel? What if they don't? You know, what if something else behind the scenes is going on, and it has to pertain with connect, and it's not the way Ryan envisioned it? You're going to get emotional about it. You're gonna get hurt, especially when you're used to being a CEO and running stuff yourself. So that's how I see it now.
I mean, I understand what you mean when you say that. However, I think and I had to go back. People were saying that he was really emotional yesterday, so I had to go back and listen to the video a few times because I had questions myself. I think he, like he mentioned before, he lives and bleeds Safemoon, and so it's probably been the most important project or company he ever worked for, and he loves this because he started off just like me and you, some of you guys out there who started YouTube channels. So I can understand how he feels, regardless of this is something that he wanted to give to Safemoon, share with Safemoon. He stated that in one of his tweets early on. So the fact that he had the opportunity to experience everything that he experienced here, he moved from the country that he was living in to take a job here, says a lot about the type of man and character this guy has. So it's emotional. It's emotional for me.
Yeah, it's
guy.
just the fact he could have just like left that bit out, because like take for example John at the Grit Daily. Obviously he said I can't, when he was asked the question around that, it was look, I'm going to park this now because it can't be discussed. And then like Addict says about the fact that it's like I'm going to have to do this on my own. It did feel like it's being pushed to be on his own. Do you know what I mean? That's just my take on it really. But yeah, I just feel it could have been left out, and because the rest of it was quite positive. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously for what the situation is, and it was just that bit really. But yeah,
he was just throwing a couple of jabs out. I mean, he's upset, emotional. You do things like that when you're emotional.
Yeah, man. Yep.
All right, Dreamin'. And thank you, Skanky, for coming up. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, brother. All right, Dreamin', who do we got next?
Okay, let's see. The next person just dropped. We have Dee's next.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Wait, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Could you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, people that actually believe in the project, they'll still keep holding on to Safemoon as is, right? But my main, honestly, I don't even care about the legal lawsuit or whatever bullshit that is. My main concern is I just hope they come up with the products that they had promised us, right? And compliance. That's the second thing, right? I don't know what's going on with compliance, but hopefully, fingers crossed, if compliance comes through, and these guys actually deliver the products, you know, it could be Ryan, Brian, or whatever. Safemoon is going to, you know, do what it's supposed to do. The only thing that sucks is it must have been something pretty
It's
bad
so
that
hard to
had
hear
it.
you. It's so
I'll
hard
step
to hear
down
you.
because I'm driving as well, so I'll just step down. But like my point being, just you know, the real people are going to keep holding, and hopefully these guys actually come out with their products. That's all I can say. And just keep buying, man. Like shit, I'm going to buy a few $100 every few days.
We appreciate that, Deez. Thank you for coming up. All right, who do we got next streaming?
All right,
And
we've got good.
oh wait, hold on 1 second. We got after these speakers, no more requests, please. I just wanted to say that.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Who do we got next? Sorry.
Okay, we've got Gotti next.
Gotti.
Zeus. What's up?
The dude that never comes to our space except for geishas in it.
Shut the. No, that's not true.
I
Hey,
know,
dude,
brother.
bro, I don't know if you guys were talking about this, but just to lighten up the room a little bit, it's weird because the Business Wire, Berkshire Hathaway Company. Are you guys aware of the BusinessWire.com?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 3 minutes ago. Travis from Enhanced DM'd me. I couldn't open it because I was nervous about dropping the space, but Dreaming covered it. It was
Brother,
it looks like a husband and wife and someone else.
Yeah, but it's crazy that I think this was planned. It wasn't just Ryan's gone, boom. I think they had, John had something in place already. I mean, which could lighten up the mood a little bit. It wasn't just like one of the other departures where something happened and they didn't have no one to fill or something like that. But I think this is good news to me, man. I think.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe you're right, bro. Maybe this was pre-planned. We don't know. It's speculation. Maybe it was pre-planned. They brought 3 people on into Safemoon because of it. I don't know.
It's pretty obvious. It's planned out.
Yeah,
So is this another country? Is this another company though, or just new hires?
No, these are new hires. These are. It says Lynn Sprague's owner of cybersecurity company Aegis Systems Canada joins Safemoon as director of cryptography, and then there's 2 other roles too. But what I'm saying is that this just literally posted after all of the announcements from Ryan, which is I think it should be good news for the Army, dude.
Yeah, Jeremiah. It's also just for everybody in the room. Vico snuck in real quick, and then he dipped back down. He did pin it to the top.
Hey,
but yeah, bro, that's all I
wanted
wanted to share. That's all I wanted to share. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Stop by more often, bro. Stop being a ghost.
I will.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, sorry, Gotti. I didn't mean to jump in, but yeah, it says it's totally planned because it says that they wrote 2 blockchains for testing, and John said at South by Southwest, I think, that they tested 2 blockchains.
Do you think it's these people?
I 100% think it's these people. It says Sprags have written 2 blockchains for testing and proprietary purposes already, and will continue to innovate with Jack Hammock at the helm. And that's what John said.
And I think the wife has a PhD, right? I don't know if it's a husband and wife, just so everybody knows.
She does have a PhD.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3 of them work for Aegis or Aegis, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
bro. If because I'm in the technology industry, that's a pretty big company, bro. If you guys look it up, I know a lot of people are gonna do the homework, and Tim's gonna come out with some some YouTube videos, and I know Dreaming, she likes to go down those rabbit holes, but there's gonna be a lot of information on these people here, and these are the owners of this company, which is pretty mind blowing, man.
Yeah, to Gotti's point, it was totally planned, 100%.
I guess John is hiring the best. That's the way I see it.
All right, I'm out, guys. For reals, love you guys. Thanks, Zeus.
Love you too, brother. Appreciate you.
You can take me down. I just wanted to jump in while we were talking about that, but I'll
You're
still
good.
listen.
Appreciate you, AJ. Thanks for your support as well. All right, Dreaming. Who do we got next?
All right, Zeus, we've got Tuna next.
Hey, Tuna.
Hey, Zeus, how's it going, man?
Good.
Dreaming. Hey, thanks for giving me some time on your mic. I gotta the way I look at it, at some point, self-preservation comes into play. I don't know anything of what's going on in the offices of Safemoon, but just the fact that Ryan had to point out that he has to go out and seek legal counsel, that just tells me that he probably found himself in a sticky situation where he needed to distance himself from the company, not because he needed to or couldn't do the job per se, but like Alex says, he's made companies, sold companies. He's been a CEO. He's a shot caller, right? And when you're a shot caller, you know when to call your shots. And he's just calling this shot from a business decision point of view, right? Even though the lawsuit may be frivolous and may not have any legs in the long run, at this moment in time, he sees his work at Safemoon as being completed and looks at it as a point and where he could exit and not do a whole lot of damage, or maybe just minimize it if any damage is to be done. But to see SafeMoon pivot and hire these intellectuals from ages to come in and be part of the bigger, leadership team here at SafeMoon, that's gotta be, positivity 101%. Still bullish on SafeMoon. If anything, this is a good opportunity to jump in. And with that router upgrade, as long as it's timely, it can only make the situation a little less painful. Fudhound, appreciate everything you did for us. And anywhere you go, you definitely got an investor in me. Thank you, Seuss.
Appreciate you, Tuna. Great words, brother. Great words. And thank you for coming up. All right. So it's 7:00. I guess we can go to Jeremiah and then Sorry, I actually hit the mute. After Jeremiah, we will go to closing statements, Addict, and Dreaming. Go ahead, Jeremiah. You there? It's that Android, folks. He's in the blockchain.
Hello.
Okay, super stock, huh?
Yeah.
Hey.
Go ahead. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got to end the show with Jeremiah's technical issues. What a way to end the show. Go ahead, Jeremiah. Don't tell me we lost him again.
Dreaming. Okay. Oh my God. Listen.
I love it. It is recorded.
Oh my God. Listen, at the end of the day, the Funhound is still the freaking GOAT. I just want to say thank you for all that you have done. If you're in the room, you are definitely the GOAT. And I want to just, if you don't mind, Zeus, just everybody just give this man a hand clap. He's done amazing things in Safemoon. Listen, right now he probably can't steer the ship, but let me say this. He sure enough saved the ship. So much love to him.
I think that was the most powerful words I've ever heard from Jeremiah. Well, he's probably in the blockchain, so he can't respond again.
I'm here. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That's from the heart.
Appreciate you, man. I bet. I agree with you 100%. He prevented the ship from getting sunk. 100%. But we'll go ahead and end the show. Dreaming, your closing statement, Addict, and then I will do.
Okay, guys, I'm here. What's up, guys? How you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? I want to talk to you guys for a minute, and then I got to go get some food, and as some crazy stuff goes down, I'll do another live, but I don't know if anything else really crazy could come out. Still buying Bitmart, SafeMoon appoints 3 new members to its leadership team. That's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. So do we think Ryan wanted some say in these hires, or they were done without his knowledge and he felt slighted? Yeah, so that's really the question that's kind of... nobody really knows the answer. Obviously, Ryan does. Says, I only work for projects that allow me to have influence over the vision and integrity of it. If my reputation, so, oh man, this is turning into another, like, me going down the rabbit hole of crazy FUD. Everybody hates me, unsubscribes, and then it comes out to turn out it's true. And it's literally happening again. I'm literally in the same position that I was in last time. I can't turn my volume up anymore, bro. Is it quiet? Maybe I can. Let me... Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a warning that this is gonna be a little loud. Okay, I'm adding a. That should turn up the volume a little bit. Hopefully, it's not too loud. Let me know, guys. Sounds good. I turned mine down. Okay, so somebody's just telling me to turn up the volume when it doesn't matter. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you for stopping my train of thought there. Need my own lawyers. So let me know if this is too loud. I want. This is the place to be, guys. Trust me. Because here's the thing: is I look at the FUD, right? And we did this last time. We looked at the spaghetti monster. We looked at Papa and Hank's possible connections to LP being removed, and nothing was ever proven, right? So it was kind of hard to really come to a decision on it. The thing is, and this is something I thought about, and I probably just will cover it. I don't really know what else to do. There's a lawsuit happening against Safemoon. And, you know, I'm always stuck with this decision. Like, should I talk about something, or does it create unnecessary FUD? That's what it comes down to. But if you look at the lawsuit, it's happening no matter what. The lawsuit's happening. Dude, I was with you last time. My name has changed. My last YouTube name following you. Big Daddy Barbecue. What's up, man? Why'd you change your name, bro? So here's what it comes down to. Let me just tell you guys. I literally might make a video on this, and the army's just gonna hate me, but it's okay. I'm doing what I think is right. If you guys watched the CNN interview with John Caroni, did anybody watch that? Which would explain his line about a lawyer. Okay, so yeah, it is turning into this detective thing. I'll just go over what it is, I think, and then I'll probably put out a video on this and just receive all the hate and backlash. I really hope Safemoon makes it, because I do YouTube. I do my living off of Safemoon through ad revenue. It's way down. I'm barely making any money right now. Off YouTube, which is really unfortunate, especially for more stuff like this to happen. Like, I need them to do better so I can actually make a living off of YouTube, and I can't right now. Let me just put some puzzle pieces together, and you guys can with me as well. He put out a statement saying, if my reputation is on the line and that key element changes, I will pursue other opportunities because I'll be forced to follow my personal code of ethics. He's saying I have to leave to follow my ethics because my reputation is on the line, because I can't work for projects that allow me to have influence over the vision and integrity of it. Integrity, why is he talking about integrity? Probably has how to deal with the lawsuits that they're going with. That's speculation, by the way. It's okay to speculate. I'm not 100% sure, but it just seems to make sense right now that he's talking about the lawsuit. If we go in here and we look at right here, he says, as I go on my own and search for legal representation for myself concerning the class action, in that space, they made a great point. He wasn't on the team when the lawsuit happened, so why is he being part of that? Unless it's another lawsuit that we don't know about that's affecting them that way. They painted the lawsuit as a big nothing burger, FUD, not even worth giving any attention to, but Ryan's putting it in his farewell to the Safemoon Army, which once again, logically, consistently says that this, unfortunately, I really hope not, might have more impact on Safemoon than we know. And I don't know. It's important to know as an investor, what kind of impact on Safemoon could this lawsuit have? I'd really like to know the answer to that question, because I'm pretty concerned about that as an investor. I'm not heavily invested, but some of you guys are, and it's important to know this. Hey, Maddie, how's it going, bro? It's not great for me. I've got 59 viewers. Nobody's donating. I'm not saying you have to donate, but don't say it's great for me. Unless I misunderstood the context. If I did, I'm sorry. If you're saying it proves that I was telling the truth, it doesn't even matter. Like, nobody's going to say, hey, at Crypto Control, I was sorry. Everybody ignores me and goes back into thinking exactly how they thought in a new pattern. It's like, okay. And then they call me a fudder whenever I notice these things. The thing is, I want Safemoon to succeed. I just don't ignore things like a lot of people do. And I connect the dots when they're right in front of my face. And a lot of you guys do too. So the important thing I was pointing out is he's saying he's searching for legal representation. And he said that he didn't want to work there because his vision and integrity, the control he had, which in my mind, and you guys can correct me, makes it sound like he's saying that however it was that they were choosing to deal with the lawsuits, he didn't agree with it. And based on his speaking in that space, it sounded like John was choosing to listen to other people on the team over Ryan when it came to possibly dealing with these lawsuits. I mean, I'm just connecting the dots. It is speculation. It could be wrong. There's nothing wrong with doing that because that's all we can do with this information regarding our investments. With that being said, how big of a deal is the lawsuit? And I have to tell you guys this. When it comes to John's interview with CNN, and I might put a video together with this, and I might be creating a lot of FUD. We'll see. I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't want to have a negative impact on Safemoon, but I want to tell the investors what I think they should hear. And there's not that many people here, so I don't mind saying it here. Real quickly, did anybody watch John's interview, his last interview at the South by Southwest interview with CNN? It was the very last one, and she kept drilling him on the lawsuit. Oh, man, why does this have to happen? Why do I have to turn into a detective, man? Proves you were telling the truth, and you can pump out videos about real content, which logical thinkers appreciate. I think it does in the sense that most of you guys are going to trust me that I'm not just lying to you, right? That I will cover the negative stuff. It definitely helps in that sense, but it's not going to, like, pay the bills or anything. Like, everything's down right now. It's really bad. I'm good, though. I was able to make a little bit of money off Evergrow, and I'm okay right now. But the views are down, and I'm not making money right now. But to me, if they are all being sued, their legal teams would have to work together. Yeah, it's a little weird. CNBC. Sorry, Jeremy. Thank you. CNBC. I mean, one of the lying networks, right? Sorry to take a political side. Yeah, I could show it, but I think I'm just going to put it in a video for you. So the weird thing that happened with that interview, I'll just tell you guys what happened real quick because I got to go get some food, and then I'll come back. And if crazy stuff is still going on, I'll start up another stream, or I'll probably put out a video tomorrow and just stir up the pot. But it just needs to be talked about. But I'll just tell you guys what it's basically going to be about. Is the lawsuits and how much weight do they have, and what kind of effect can that really have on the project? Can it destroy the project? Can it severely damage it? Or is it just something that they'll be dealing with that we'll be fine with in the future? I really hope we'll be okay, and I'd like to hear Ryan's approach on that. I'm gonna message him and ask him that, because that's a real serious good question that we need to know as investors, especially if you guys are heavily invested. So she asked John Crony, did you guys pay anybody to promote Safemoon? And I didn't say anything because I thought I don't want to bring up FUD. This looks really bad. If you go watch that, and I'll just put it in the video, and John Crony already hates me and ignores me anyways. The team never acknowledges me, even though I'm like one of their biggest YouTubers. John kind of freaks out. He panics. He gets nervous, and he, unfortunately, logically, makes it sound like, yes, we paid influencers to promote Safemoon, and that's part of the lawsuit. And I don't know what kind of impact that can have on Safemoon holders. So that's probably going to be in the video tomorrow, and I'm probably going to be talking about that. And if Safemoon goes down, I'll probably go down as an enemy of Safemoon for covering why it's going down. I don't know if it's going down or not. I don't know anything about lawsuits or legal things. So if you guys do, you can tell me in the chat, and I'll hear what you have to say. But I'll try to get some good information before I do that video. Now looking for people to sign on its face. It seems legit. Time will tell, of course. Can you show it? Yeah, maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, but you feel that it is your obligation to report good and bad. And as a Safemoon holder and a subscriber to your channel, I appreciate you covering this. No problem, William. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst you can do? Like, hear information that you don't like? There's nothing wrong with listening to opposing sides. That's usually the problem with people, is they're not willing to listen to things they don't want to believe. So therefore, they blind themselves to that while it's happening. Very important to not be that way about anything in life. Aren't paid promotions okay? I mean, this is fraud. The fact, yeah, that's a great question, Eddie. I don't know if it is, but John got really nervous when he was asked about it. So I need to kind of do, when is trading back open? I don't know. They said 48 hours, so it's like in the middle of this that this crap is going down. Apparently, John terminated Ryan. Where's your source on that, Clement? What's your source on that? I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just curious where you heard that. New hires to replace Ryan. This was planned ahead of time during the LP removal to avoid a huge sell-off. Clearly, Ryan wants out and feels disrespected. You think they planned this? So here's if that's true. I'm open to speculating ideas, even ones that go against what seems to be the narrative. What if they plan this to do this during the LP removal to avoid huge sell-offs? And by doing that, before the LP is back, they announce things that make us super bullish on the project again. In my mind, the only thing I'm worried about is the lawsuits. Like, I feel like if they can satisfy the fear of, like, what can the lawsuit actually do to Safemoon, I think investors, especially bigger investors, probably want to know, you know. Paid promotions are okay if they are disclosed as paid promotion. I don't know if they were or not. That's the question. So I'm going to Discord announcements. What? They said that in Discord? Here's a message from John. Hey, Safemoon Army, there are many days that being the CEO of a fast-growing company is one of the most difficult roles on earth. Today, I'll let you guys see this while I read it so you can see. Let me just change this real quick. Says, oh, man, I always turn into like detective crypto control whenever this stuff happens. All right, here we go, guys. Hey, Safemoon Army, there are many days that being the CEO of a fast-growing company is one of the most difficult roles on earth. Today, I'm particularly aware of this. I want to address the latest tweet from Ryan with you directly. We were working internally to address the issues we were experiencing with Ryan's inability to follow company policy and procedures. Wow. However, oh my gosh, dude, how crazy does this have to get every single time? I'm sorry, guys. However, today I have had to make the difficult decision to terminate Ryan's employment following his most recent breach of both confidentiality and ethics. It is unfortunate that we have been unable to work with Ryan. I and all of us must adhere to and protect the principles of corporate ethics and confidentiality policies always. Gosh, man, this gets so crazy. To violate this is unfair to our community, partners, and indeed our fellow teammates. It is my responsibility to the protection of future of Safemoon. Oh my gosh, dude, this is crazy. I cannot believe Safemoon. I can't believe it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just in shock. Because now what's happening is it's turning into like John versus Ryan. And now the people who are fully into Safemoon, who love Ryan, are they going to turn on Ryan? They're going to say he's not doing his job now. Do you see how crazy this is getting? We were announcing multiple leadership hires in the coming days, but given today's news, I would love to let you all know a little sooner than planned. I'm delighted to announce that a new vice president of research and development has commenced work with the Safemoon already, and our PhD has been working in the background on the blockchain. For those that are curious, this was separate from items Ryan was handling. So the Ryan firing today was not planned, as people were saying, is not planned, unless John is lying right here. These types of changes are normal in any company. The only non-normal and extremely disappointing thing about all this is how one decides to use their voice. We always push for collaboration, support, and leading with the human element, because ultimately we are all people behind our positions. This is also exactly why receiving and delivering such news pulls at our core and is never simply an item of process. I am heartened by the tremendous support of our team and of our community and commit to communicating to you directly, and in truthfulness, always as we strive to accomplish our North Star goals of building an ecosystem and a model for social impact beyond what was been available during any time in the past. There is no further comment at this time. Thank you. Nah, I gotta take my girlfriend out to get food. She needs to eat. Lawsuit needs to prove illegal activity in a criminal case. A civil case only needs to show a majority of fault to be found guilty. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that. I need to get like an expert to talk to for the video, because this gets kind of crazy. It really just comes down to, I'll talk to Chris Harris about it. I'm going tonight on his space, and I'll ask the question. I'll just be like, guys, I have to ask these questions. These are the questions investors needs to know. Hopefully we can get some answers. Yeah, John usually doesn't, but John had to give a reason why Ryan quit. And they try to do it like, hey, I just decided to leave and things are great. But because Ryan's post, especially involving basically he seem to disagree with John, and it had to be about the lawsuits. I don't see how it couldn't be about the lawsuits. And then when I was reading Ryan's post, I was like, dude, they have to be like, there's no way John's okay with this. So based on his post and based on him in the Twitter space, I think that Ryan was disobeying John. Lawyer talk, yeah. Sounds like John didn't write that. You'll be lucky if Chris don't boot you for it. Me and Chris are cool, but I will ask him about it. I'll say, hey, you guys don't have to talk about this. You don't want to. This is FUD, but I have to ask the question. How serious? And me and Chris are actually pretty cool. Somehow he's managed to be cool with me, and I've managed. If you're respectful to me and honest for the most part, like, I'm cool with you. And even though he doesn't get along with people that I really like I like Dark Moon Tim, I like the YouTubers, I like DeFi Mark, and they don't get along with Chris, but me and Chris get along. I'm not going to say, well, you're not friends with my friend, so I'm not going to be your friend. I don't really play that game. So Hound went rogue and posted, and John was pissed. It seemed to be some kind of disagreement on the handling of the lawsuit, and I'm going to be posting more FUD videos tomorrow probably. I'm going to go get some food, guys. Feel free to message me. I have a Discord. You guys can join my Discord. If there's anybody in here who needs help getting to my Discord. Stacy, are you here? Can you give that link to my Discord? She's probably not here. Oh my gosh, man. I'm gonna go get some food, guys. If anything like real crazy comes out, I will come back. There's John's happy face for you guys to see as we go. I bought more, so I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, do what you think is right. You know, we're all gambling at the end of the day, so it's your choice. I hate to end it right here, but I'll be back later. Either with a video tomorrow or with a live stream tonight if something crazy happens. But no matter what, I'll be in Chris Harris's Twitter space tonight. Safemoon After Dark in, I think, 3 hours it's actually going to start. Like you the most because you're not naive. Thank you, JLo. I appreciate that. How do I do Discord? I'm sorry, guys. I can do YouTube. When it comes to like Twitter and Discord and stuff, I'm just terrible. Joe is live streaming if you want to hang out in his live stream. I do like Safemoon Joe. Holy cow. Let me, why can I not find it? Sorry guys, I can't really think right now. I'm going to try to post the link to Discord. You can message me. You can message my Discord directly if this works. I don't even know if this works. Oh, sorry. That's hilarious. Okay, at least there's not that many people in here to see how stupid I am. Is it /Discord? I don't remember. Okay, I'm really sorry, guys. I gotta go. It's a great note to end it on right there. Is me not know how to link Discord. All right, see you guys.